We're live.
Sweet. Well, welcome everyone.
Hello, hello.
The seasons are changing, and I noticed on Facebook, and I know you did too, Samantha, so many people are starting to already complain about allergies.
Yes.
So we're like, well, why don't we put together a webinar and support you guys in getting empowered, learning how to use natural solutions?
Absolutely. I love it. Okay, so now we are actually running live into the Warrior Woman group. It's my Facebook group, and it's basically a safe space for women to really just share strategies, tips, ideas, all getting into their fitness and wellness journeys. So my name is Samantha Sufiyan. For those of you that do not know me, I am the CEO of Simply Nutritious and Fit. Basically, I coach women all over the world, reprogramming their minds and bodies, reprogramming their minds with teaching them a healthier relationship with foods, reprogramming and recalibrating their thought patterns, just to feel better. And then also reprogramming their bodies with really teaching them how to nourish their bodies and train their bodies in a way that actually works for them. Something that really I gravitated towards was more natural solutions, just because of my history with my gut health and everything I went through with my mental health. I know that just chemicals are really not a good ingredient to start mixing in with your mental health and your gut health. So it was just something that I absolutely loved. And so that's why I really gravitated towards natural solutions. So that's a little bit about me.
And I love that we get to learn so much from you, Samantha, with all of your expertise and get inspired to be healthy and fit. And I love that we're teaming together because you have so many different strengths and I do as well. And my passion is inspiring people to use natural solutions instead of the alternative. So we make a great team because I know we're both super passionate about just helping people get healthy. And if you can do that and give your body the tools it needs, as long as those tools don't come with side effects or addictions, that's my goal. And so I've been helping people use natural solutions, essential oils for over 7 years. And I'm just super excited to be here today with you, Samantha. So I say we jump right in. We have so much in store for you guys today. Check out the table of contents.
I love it. Yeah. So just a brief overview of what we're going to be going over today, guys. First, we're going to start with a little bit of the history and just basic statistics of allergies in the US. And then we're going to drive into some common solutions. You know, some of these you might have heard of, some of these you might be using. And we're also going to go into the side effects portion of it. What are these things actually doing to our bodies, not just trying to help us with our allergy relief, but what are they actually doing to us internally? And then we're actually going to dive into creating a healthier way. How can we actually treat and help our allergy relief in a more holistic approach where we're not just putting a band-aid on these things, but actually helping the problem at hand. So yeah, let's get to it. I'm excited. I see some people are hopping on live. Feel free to share in the lives. I'll be kind of looking in the live section, going over any questions that come up, but let's get to it. So a little bit about some facts on seasonal allergies. So this is something that I found to be really, really interesting. We all know that millions of people suffer from allergies in the springtime, but allergies really aren't just happening in the springtime. They're happening in the fall. They're happening in the summertime as well. And something that I found very interesting is that allergies are actually increasing. So I don't know if those of you that are with us live or in the webinar, if you've noticed that progressively over the years, if you do suffer with allergies, if you've noticed that your allergies are progressively getting worse, that was something that I started to realize. And I didn't know why, but apparently there's a lot of evidence showing that because of the climate change, it's actually progressing a more intensified allergy response. So that's something that I found really interesting. And also, what is always good to know is that allergies don't have to just be the traditional sneezing or runny nose or watery eyes. It can, and this is something that I usually suffer with my allergies or used to, is more of the headaches, dizziness, exhaustion. Those are things that I really suffer with. So allergies can really be a plethora of different symptoms, really.
Yeah, and you had said that evidence suggests that numbers are rising with the changing climate. I think as that, but also all of the stuff that they're adding these new synthetics, these new things that are made in a lab that aren't really meant to be on this earth right now. I think that that has a lot to do with our allergies as well. Synthetic fragrances. Yeah, I mean, they're here to kind of help us, but I think they're hurting us too. So
Absolutely.
if you guys feel like you have allergies, just give us like a 1, like just put the number 1 in the chat or a 1 below. Obviously you're here because you have allergies. Then maybe just put a 1, like if you are suffering any symptoms from allergies, just maybe share those with us, or just put the number 1. So we know you're feeling, you're picking up what we're putting down.
Yeah, no, that's great.
So what are some of the common solutions for allergies?
So honestly, we have a lot of solutions that we're kind of getting at the drugstores, Allegra, Claritin D, Zyrtec. I was someone that actually used to take Claritin D back in the day when I had my allergies, and I actually left Clarinex and Nasonex free of price because those are prescriptions. So based on insurance, those could be anywhere from $100, $140 just for allergy medications. So honestly, even when I was taking it back in the day, I thought that these prices were absurd. But I didn't feel right. Like, I don't know if Natalie, if you've ever taken, or anyone that's with us, if you've ever taken some of these allergy medicines, and when I would take it, I would just feel like very jittery. I would feel like not right. Like, I can't describe it, but I didn't feel right. And so I really would try not to take it as much as possible. And so I'm really happy that now there are more natural ways of going about it, because it's just obscenely expensive and they're not natural, right? There's just so many chemicals being put into them.
Yeah. And so Brian had the worst allergies, and he would wear those breathe strips over his nose and be snoring so loud through the night. But he would wake up feeling kind of just groggy. You know, he would take it to sleep, but he said he felt fuzzy and kind of had like a cotton mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that on some of this, I think it might even say don't operate heavy machinery, which is a vehicle. So that's kind of scary. So the price is alarming, but I think what's even more alarming, what I think we're going to talk about next, is the side effects of some of these, right, Samantha?
Absolutely. Yeah. And so the side effects are, we don't really tend to look at these that much. I feel like we think that this is just because it's normal for us. Maybe we're not diving into how intense some of these side effects can be just from something like an allergy medicine. So I know, if you're in the chat, feel free to drop some that you resonate with or you've heard of. But dry mouth and drowsiness, I feel like, okay, maybe we could deal with a little dry mouth and drowsiness. But if you go down this list, I mean, it's pretty alarming just to have this from a side effect of an allergy medicine. Blurred vision, seizures, trouble breathing. Like, this is some pretty scary stuff. So this is what I labeled this, what's the real cost? Because to me, and just being in the fitness and wellness space, I have never been a medicine person. Of course, there is always a time and a place for, Western medicine. I'm not disagreeing. But when it comes to these everyday things, we really are just putting a Band-Aid on it. We're not actually helping what's happening inside us. And that was something that really, was brought out to me because, again, everything that I've been through with the mental health side of things and then the gut side of things, it just really starts to wonk up your body from the inside out. So those of you that are with us, feel free to just write down in the chat any of these that you've experienced. But I'm curious, Natalie, like, what are some of your experiences with this?
Well, I don't have seasonal allergies very bad, thank God. But I do remember, and I haven't taken over-the-counter drugs in over, oh my gosh, 8 years probably since I started using essential oils. But I do remember taking some cold medicine like NyQuil. And I do remember feeling very just like nauseous and just kind of dizzy and out of it the next day. Yeah. I don't know. Have you ever taken any of this? I mean, you have, but you had said you felt kind of out of it. Any specific? Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, not out of it. Just, it didn't feel right. Like, I felt like I was hopped up on way too much like caffeine, like that. I just felt like really like crazy. Like, it just did not feel like my body felt like an overdrive. It just did not feel right. So that was my experience with it. And honestly, once I was like going through that, I was like, this doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good to me. So it's funny when you actually look at the side effects, that this is what's going on.
And I think it's important to listen to our body, because your body just was telling you something didn't feel right. And I think it's really important, you guys, when we're taking something or doing something, our body will let us know if it's out of alignment with what we're supposed to be doing. And I'm glad you brought that up, Samantha, because I just want to remind everyone watching this, just listen to your body, because it's always telling you something's wrong or change something, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And by the way, when Samantha and I were doing the research on this, we just Googled one of the drugs from the slides before, and we started going down the list, and we were like, oh my gosh, is this seriously happening? Right? We were blown away, and we were even more inspired to work together, to collaborate and do this for you guys, so you could see you don't have to have any of this. Right? And so I'm so glad you're doing this with me, because there's a better way. I think we can all agree. We all want something that's safer, right? We all want something that's safer for our family. We want to be safe. That's why we wear seatbelts when we drive, right? So we want to be safe, but we also want to use things that are effective, that don't come with the side effects, but then also things that are more affordable, even more affordable than the slide that you showed us before, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of natural remedies out there, but the one that we're really going to focus on today, because I am really, really, really inspired to share with you the amazing powers of essential oils. And what I like about the essential oils, you guys, they're natural solutions, and they support physical and emotional health. So they kind of help body, mind, spirit, which is nice. Did you want to say anything, Samantha?
No, I just absolutely love the affordable side of things, because I felt like, honestly, with like what the Claritin D and the Allegra, everything is so expensive. It's absurd.
Right. Okay. So let's just jump in. And you guys, as you're watching this, if you have any questions, or if you want to share testimonials, please let us know. And we are here to serve you in any way. So we're just going to talk about what are essential oils, and we're going to give you 5 allergy remedies. 5 allergy remedies. But first, we're going to educate you a little bit on the oils, so you kind of understand how they work. And then we're going to share those 5 tips with you guys, which I'm super excited to empower you. One of my favorite things to do is to empower people. All right. So the 3 cool things about essential oils, you guys, they're safe, they're effective, and they're affordable. If you just remember these 3 things, essential oils are safe, effective, and affordable. But we're going to jump in really quick on just these specific topics. You can learn a little bit more about them. So safe, we're all the way to the left here. Essential oils are 100% natural and safe. There's no side effects. I like to say there's just side benefits. And there's no addictions, which can come with some of the things we've talked about earlier. Essential oils are extracts from plants, and they have amazing health benefits. And if you look at this plant here, if you were to take a microscope and zoom all the way into the leaf, you would see these little teeny sacs, and that's the essential oil that's in the plant. And that essential oil is sort of like the plant's immune system. It helps the plant thrive and survive, and it helps it attract insects it wants and repel the insects that it doesn't want. And when we use this super powerful plant medicine on us, it comes with so many awesome benefits. And a reminder that essential oils are 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. We all know that, like Chinese medicine, herbal medicine, it is powerful stuff. And essential oils are even more powerful than that, which is awesome. The oils that we're talking about today are certified pure therapeutic grade essential oils. The brand that I've done extensive research on, and Samantha probably asked the scientists thousands of questions when we went to Salt Lake City. She was really drilling the scientists with so many amazing questions. And that's why we're only going to talk about the doTERRA oils, because of the extensive research that the 2 of us have put in together on these oils. They're pharmaceutical grade. A lot of essential oils on the market have fillers. They have false labeling, and they are they are synthetic. And so when we're telling you to use these protocols, we're going to give you those 5 essential oil protocols for allergies in just a second, that you're only using the certified pure tested grade essential oils, which are the doTERRA brand because of their extensive research and their strict testing. So one of the oils that we recommend for allergies, you guys, is peppermint. Peppermint is going to be very opening to the airways. It's energizing. What I love is it promotes clear breathing for allergies. It's very cooling to the body. So if you feel like you're getting a little bit of a fever or a hot flash, you can put it on your body, and it relieves head tension. So for allergies, you could just put a drop in your hand, rub your hands together, and just take a deep breath, and it will instantly open airways. So in a nutshell, that's the first side. What I love is that essential oils are safe. That's the first cool thing. Okay. Second cool thing.
I love that they're effective. Like I'm a person that's very skeptical. And just like Natalie was saying, I was drilling the scientists because I need to know all of the ins and outs. And I was kind of like that with everything. Even when I learned more about supplements, like I went to the lab, I went to the factory to see, okay, I need to know exactly how this is made. I want to know everything about it. And so that's kind of why I love taking them, because I know that they are actually scientifically helping you. So these essential oils are actually permeating the cell membrane, which they're actually able to help from the inside out. Am I explaining that exactly the way? Yeah, good. So the first time that I was like, okay, this actually works. A little story. I used to get horrendous throat infections every single year. I would get a horrible throat infection. One year I was traveling to Florida to surprise my dad for his 60th birthday. And I knew it when I was getting on that plane. I was like, oh my God, I'm getting a throat infection right now. And it's not just a throat infection, it's everything. It is like flu-like feelings. I can't move. I have a horrible fever, the whole works. And so usually what I do is I just go to the doctor, get some antibiotics, Z-Pack something, and then 7 days later and some unfortunate symptoms later, I am cured of my throat infection. So I was on the plane, I got there and it was all happening, and I wasn't going to start wasting my vacation going to the doctor and all of this stuff. Like we had plans to go to Disney. So I was like, all right, I got to figure something out. So this is when I first started using essential oils, and I put the 3 drops under my tongue of On Guard. And this is one of the immune boosting ones, morning, afternoon, and night. And within 3 days, I started to notice that I'm sorry to say, the pus from my throat infection was going away. And I was actually able to talk. I was actually able to function. I was blown away. It was nothing short of a miracle. So for me, that is when I was like, okay, this is not just some fluff. This is actually really effective. And so I think that's something that I absolutely fell in love with, because I didn't have to now get the side effects from the antibiotics of the gut issues that happen after, or the constipation, or just feeling very exhausted. Like it was all the benefit with no risk after. So that was something that really just, I mean, I'm forever sold on it, because it's just so absolutely effective. So sorry, I rambled a little bit, but I really wanted to share that story because it really resonates with me of the effectiveness of it.
Well, what a great testimonial. And Samantha, you had said that you put 1 drop in the morning, 1 drop in the afternoon, and 1 drop in the evening, correct?
I was a little intense. I did 3 drops in the morning, 3, because
Okay.
I was like,
well, and you know, when you have a throat issue, you got to do what you can to get rid of it. But I think that that's so smart that you did that, because essential oils really are pennies per drop. And that kind of rolls us into the third cool thing about essential oils, is how affordable they are. And I don't know how much you paid before for your prescription.
It must have been maybe like $25, like nothing crazy, but
right. But then you do a couple drops of essential oil, and we're talking pennies.
Yeah.
You know, you do 3 drops, and even that, I think it may be 20 cents. So it is really, really affordable. And this kind of rolls right in. It's more affordable than traditional medical care. Pennies per dose, like I said, and we really do save hundreds of dollars a year in medical costs. And the story that I have for you is being a mom of 3 kids. my kids used to get ear infections and I would take them to the doctor. And if you guys are watching, I know we have a few people on live. Maybe you can share in the chat, what's your copay?
Yeah.
How much do you pay when you go see a doctor? And, some people say 10, 20, 5, 30, depending if it's a specialist or not. Let's just take let's just say it's $10 to see your doctor. Let's just take a smaller number. How much do you normally pay for a prescription? And maybe you guys can share in the chat how much you would normally pay for a prescription. Samantha, do you remember your number?
And those of you that are watching live, feel free to write in the comments as well. I want to say prescription was somewhere around $20, $25, but copay for me was higher because my insurance is always based on me not really needing to go to the doctor that much. So my copays are always like around $45.
Right. So let's just say for fun, because some people's are all over the place. And I've heard some people say, well, it's $10 to see a doctor, but I pay $0 for my prescription because I have such great insurance. I'm like, that's awesome. But you also have to take into consideration the gas. Now that gas prices are skyrocketing, how much gas did it take you to drive to the doctor? And how much time did it take you? Did you have to take a half of a day off of work? Time is money. So what did it really cost you by the time you went to the doctor, sat in the waiting room, paid the copay, paid the prescription? What are the side effects of that prescription? And how long did it take you to get rid of whatever it is that your ailment was? Of course, like Samantha said, there's a time and place for doctors for sure, but I love that essential oils take care of 80% of life's little emergencies. So guess what? When my kids had an ear infection, I'd pay a $20 copay. I'd pay $15 for the prescription. I'm up to $35 plus a little child, 4 hours, car seat, all the whole 9 yards. Went and filled the prescription. So my kid's ear infection's gone, $35, 3 days later, the ear infection's gone. I'm like, yay. Well, now I can get rid of an ear infection. Don't even have to leave my house for 70 cents. So when I share with people, essential oils are really affordable. They really are. And one of the other essential oils that we're going to share with you about allergies is lavender. You guys, lavender it's great because it's calming for the mind. It's also calming for the skin. It helps with sleep. And it's an antihistamine, so it helps with our allergies. You guys, these essential oils, we just put 3 things here, like 3 or 4 little pinpoints of what they can do. Each essential oil can probably do, 20 to 100 different things because these oils are so diverse. So if there's any questions below, I just wanted you to remember the 3 cool things about essential oils. They're safe, effective, and affordable. Does anybody have any questions before we move on? All right, well, we're going to keep going, but if you do have questions, please post them below and we'll answer them at the end. Really quick, we're going to talk about the 3 ways to use essential oils. And this is quick, you guys. Aromatically, you would just breathe it out of the bottle. Aromatically, it's going to get up in your brain and affect how you think. You can breathe it out of the bottle. You can rub your hands together and breathe it in, or you can get something called a diffuser. And a diffuser, you put a little bit of water in, a couple drops of essential oil, and depending on the oil you diffuse, it's going to help clean the air, support the immune system, support the respiratory system, which is with our allergies, or just make you feel happy. So that's the first way to use them, is aromatic. The second way we use essential oils is topical. You guys would just put it on where it hurts. Headache, you put it on your head. Tummy ache, you put it on your tummy. Aches and pains, you put it where the ache and pain is. Another really great place to put it is on the bottoms of the feet, because it's going to get up in the bloodstream really quickly. And once it's in your bloodstream, it services every cell in your body in a matter of minutes. You guys, this is powerful stuff. And the third way
is the internal. And I love the topical on the bottoms of the feet because I do that every single night before I go to bed to get a good night's sleep. But internal, I love this because a lot of people are unaware or think it's unsafe to actually ingest essential oils. And now, depending on what they are, that can absolutely be true. But if they are a CPTG oil, which means that they're certified, pure, tested grade, that means that they are safe to ingest as long as they have this little supplement facts on the back. Am I showing that? Can you see that?
Yep.
Yeah. So they are actually okay to ingest. They're perfectly safe. And for me, this is something that I actually love the best because I feel like, and it might just be a mental thing where I'm like, okay, just gets into the system that much more quicker. So I'm all about the internal usage of it.
Yeah. And just to kind of clarify again, I would not say go out to the gas station and buy a gas station peppermint oil and internalize it,
No.
because the majority of them are toxic. And so the only oils that we're talking about here is the doTERRA brand, because we've just done so much research on the safety of it. So that's really, really important. So that's the 3 ways to use them, you guys: aromatic, topical, and internal. But now we're going to talk about our 5 favorite tips on helping you get through seasonal allergies. The first one is the allergy shot. You don't have to go in and get a needle put in your arm. That's not the kind of shot we're talking about. We're talking about, look at her little holder. All you need is lemon, lavender, peppermint, and a little shot glass filled with water. So Samantha is going to make her allergy shot and do it for you so that you guys can duplicate this at home. So the first oil, what you putting in there, Samantha?
I'm going to let you guide it and I'll.
Lemon. I'm just going to go in order of the screen. So lemon, she's going to put 1 to 2 drops of lemon. That's all you need. And lemon is great for respiratory support. And it also supports the immune system and helps the body to detox. The second one she's going to put in is 1 to 2 drops of lavender. We talked about this in the earlier slide. Lavender is very calming, so it helps with anxiousness and overwhelm, but it's also an antihistamine, so that's going to help as well. And the third one is peppermint. Peppermint is amazing to open the airways, and it's also very invigorating as well. So now you notice what she did is she had the water in first, which I recommend you put the water in first. And it's just a little, about a gulp size. Now she's got the lemon, lavender, and peppermint. And Samantha is going to okay, she's throwing it back. There she is. She's got the shot going on. She's swishing. It's so important to swish, because what's happening right now is the essential oils are getting into her bloodstream through her gums. Just like the horrible habit of chewing tobacco. I'm not judging, I'm just noticing. That gets in the bloodstream through the gums. So this is what's happening with the essential oils. So swishing it is going to actively push it into your system. And then when you're done swishing for about 20 seconds, you can then swallow. How do you feel, Samantha?
I mean, it tastes delicious. But I always do this just because, and I could do it all throughout the day, right? I take it as needed. But I love the taste. It just makes me feel good. But then also I get that kick of energy. I think it's from the lemon, but that's just something that I need from my allergy. Basically relief is the energy boost and the dizziness. I'll usually get that taken care of with the peppermint.
Yeah. And I love that. I mean, I'm sure right away your airways probably feel open.
Mm-hmm.
You probably feel more energetic, right? You're like, whoa,
yeah,
super, super powerful and strong. And only do this again with the doTERRA oils. And I say start with just 1. People usually ask, how often can you do this? I would recommend as needed. So when my husband, with his allergies, he would do maybe 1 shot in the morning and 1 shot at night.
Yeah.
Sometimes he has these at work. He will shoot them at work as well. It's just recommended that you don't ingest over 24 drops in 1 day. So you guys can do the math on that. But my husband's allergies, you guys went from being the breeze strip and the watery eyes and the sneezing and the snoring and the coughing. With him doing this allergy shot in particular, what happens is it helps your body to build up its own defense against the allergies. And so it helps support your body to heal itself. So now his allergies, say that used to be like 100% bad. Now they're like 5%, and he's blown away by it. So the other day the wind was blowing up, he came in and did a shot and felt better within minutes. And that's the thing, Samantha, it's pretty immediate, isn't it?
It really is, honestly. Like, again, I don't have like the watery eyes or anything like that. I don't have the sneezing too much. My allergies is really just dizziness, headache, and just total exhaustion. So when I do that, and I would say for me, I notice it somewhere around like 15 minutes, as I'm like, oh, wow, I have that energy boost. But I love, love, love this remedy, especially for the side effects that there are none, because I just feel fine.
Yeah, it's so powerful.
Yeah.
All right. So just a couple other remedies we want to share with you guys. Breathe. Breathe is a blend of essential oils. You can read the ingredients below. This is going to help with any respiratory support. So you would put a drop on your hands, rub your hands together and breathe in. I also love to add to a diffuser, but my favorite is by adding a drop to your hands. Rub your hands together and you create an inhaler for yourself like this. And then you just and breathe it down into your lungs. It's so powerful. And
Really
bottoms of the feet are going to get up into the bloodstream really quickly. Ooh, you love to talk about this one.
On Guard. On Guard is my favorite. Like I was telling you before, it is the protective blend. It's really great for boosting your immune system. I actually like to just, do it internally, 3 drops under the tongue or 2 to 3 drops under the tongue. But if that's not your style, you can also put it into a veggie capsule as well. But it is going to just be great to give yourself that immune boost, especially, I mean, not even just during allergy season, but during flu season, just when you want an additional boost. Like whenever I'm traveling home, I travel home often. Whenever I'm about to get on a plane, I'm like, all right, take my little On Guard just to give myself a little extra boost. This is something that I am always, always taking because it's so effective.
And what I love about this too, is if you don't have hand sanitizer, which a lot of hand sanitizers are toxic, that's another conversation. But what you can do with On Guard is if you've been in a place where you can't wash your hands, you would put a drop of On Guard on your hands, rub your hands together, and it naturally kills the germs on your hands and it boosts your immune system. Yeah. It's just another quick little use for it. Okay. Remedy number 4. And this is a real simple, quick one. This one is Breathe Lozenges. So the Breathe essential oil that I told you about earlier, there's a lot of similar essential oils plus some other ones in the lozenges, and they are organic, cane sugar and brown rice syrup and essential oils. That's it. And I love, as soon as I start feeling congested, especially if you're feeling allergies or asthma or cold, you can just pop those in, and those essential oils are going to help support clear airways and breathing. And it's also just going to help calm you down, because if you're stressed out, like I can't breathe, it's going to actually help calm you down as well. And remedy number 5, if you don't like the idea of the shot that Samantha did earlier, this is called Try Ease. Think try is 3. You guys see the 3 oils that are in this? Lemon, lavender, and peppermint. The same 3 oils that Samantha did in her shot. These are now put in a capsule. And so, those 3 oils right there, they're now in a capsule. So if you don't like the idea of doing the shot, you can just take it like you would a vitamin, and you can see this clear, the essential oils are inside this clear capsule. So my husband would do a shot in the morning, a shot at night. And then a lot of times he would just take these with him to work because it's a little easier than breaking out the shot. So this is going to be a lot quicker, but another really good remedy for allergies. All right. A couple testimonials I have to share with you. Well, Samantha gave you hers, right, Sam?
Yeah, no, that was honestly like, to me, that told me everything. I was like, okay, so this isn't just a little like wishful thinking.
It's actually working.
Yeah.
This is my husband here to the left. And this was his words. I've suffered with allergies for as long as I can remember, and used to snore, use breeze strips, and had side effects from over-the-counter drugs. I felt trapped. And he's like, I literally felt trapped. I'm like, what else am I going to do? And once we learned about oils, he says, I now only use essential oils with massive success, and my allergy symptoms are 95% lessened. I'm so grateful for the shot and Breathe. Those are his 2 favorites. And on another side, if anybody has anyone who snores, just give us a thumbs up if you know anybody who snores. This is my friend Donna. And when I first started sharing oils 7 years ago, she's like, do you have anything for snores? Because my husband snores so loud, it feels like the roof is going to shake off of our house. And sometimes I even have to go sleep on the couch. So when I was like, I'm new to these oils, I had a book, I looked up snoring. It said, Breathe on the bottoms of the feet, especially the big toe. So she said, after 28 years of restless nights because of my husband's snoring, I am finally getting rest and don't have to sleep on the couch. He now religiously applies Breathe in Lavender on the bottoms of his feet every night and has almost stopped snoring completely. She said, you gave us our marriage back. I'm sure that their marriage is already awesome, but how cool is this?
The same exact story, honestly. Like, the only difference is that I was definitely not sleeping on the couch. He was going to sleep on the couch. But my husband would snore so loudly. I mean, and I am in a combination of a light sleeper, but I would put in earplugs, I would do all of the things, and I would still hear him. And I was not getting a good night's sleep. And once you put the Breathe on, I mean, honestly, night and day.
It's so amazing. And there's so many more testimonials, but for sake of time, I only could put a couple on there. So I'm so glad to hear that, Sam. That's awesome.
No, I mean, it's life-changing. It really is. If you're someone that deals with that, it's life-changing.
It really, really is. So we have allergy starter packs for you guys. And depending on what you want to get started with, depending on what you're comfortable with, you're going to get, and these are the things that we recommend. When you do get started with the starter pack, I said between 141 and 176, because it just depends on what you get. You are going to get a wholesale account with doTERRA, which is just like Costco, where you're going to get 25% off, and you can get up to 55% off depending on how you order. You're going to get free shipping, ongoing education and community support, this amazing living magazine, and allergy relief. There's 125 to 250 doses of allergy relief, boosted immunity, snoreless nights, all the things, and just the peace of mind knowing that you're using something natural for you and your family. A question that I get a lot is how old, say if it's a child, like a 5-year-old that has allergies, they recommend that you don't ingest essential oils unless you're 7 years or older. So 7 and older can ingest essential oils in very small amounts. If it is a child that has allergies, though, what I would do is I would use the lemon, lavender, and peppermint in a diffuser. And you can also make a little roller bottle. So this is a roller bottle. You can see the top's like a little roller here. You can actually put about 10 drops of lemon, lavender, peppermint, 10 drops of each oil, and top the rest off with a fractionated coconut oil. And you can take that roller and roll it up and down their spine, on the bottoms of their feet, and maybe even over their chest. And that will get in their system. They don't have to ingest it. They can just put it on topically, and that will get in as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. And then the other thing you can do is diffuse Breathe or On Guard to boost their immune system, depending. So that is it. I wanted to also just let you all know, if you're watching this in March of 2022, if you did want to get a bundle of essential oils, and it's right around 150 PV, which is around $150, give or take, depending on what you get, you're going to get a free pain relief. Hello. Get your allergies under wraps. Get your immune system boosted with the On Guard, and then get all the pain relief for free. So you're going to get a big bottle of Deep Blue Rub and a bottle of Deep Blue Essential Oil, and you can read, this is all things pain. And you get it for free in the month of March with any new member that spends 150 in product volume with doTERRA. I think this is a really good time to jump.
That's really awesome. Yeah. And I love that, the Deep Blue, because whenever I'm working out and a little too sore, I just kind of go to town with the Deep Blue, and it just gets rid of the aches and pains. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And we talked about the side effects of allergy meds, but have you looked at the side effects of pain meds? Whoo! You guys, look them up. For the sake of time, we're going to let you look at that up on your own, but you're going to be a lot better off using something natural with no side effects. No liver damage, no kidney damage, no stomach bleeding, just relief, and get it for free. It's just a really good time to jump in. So let's connect, you guys. Let us know what we can do to help you. Let us know if you have allergies or want to boost your immune system or get better sleep or get less stress. Let us know how we can best support you. Send us your top 3 health concerns, and then we can make suggestions for you guys. So with that being said, Samantha, did you want to add anything or say farewell?
No, this was I love that we got together and connected and really shared this information, because this is something that I feel like so many people suffer from and don't really even think that there could be another option. So I'm really happy that we put this together and kind of connected about this, because I think this could really help so many people. So,
oh my goodness, me too. Well, thank you, you guys, so much for coming on,
yes.
spending your evening with us. I hope it's given you some peace of mind knowing there's safer things for you and your family. Does anybody have any questions before we hop off? And if you're watching the replay, you can still post questions and we'd be happy to answer them.
Yes, if you are watching the replay, just make sure to tag me, or even tag Natalie to ask any questions, and then we'll make sure that we get to you.
Yep.
And also what I will say is, let's say you're a little shy. Let's say you do want to understand more about it. You know, my DMs are always open. You're always welcome to message me privately, and ask any questions that you may have.
Yeah, because when I first got into this, you guys, I was very skeptical of essential oils. I thought they were for hippies. I thought that crazy people use them, and I thought it was placebo effect. I'm like, that's cute for you. That's so cute that works for you, but I'm not. I'm going to go take my Tylenol. Thank you very much. But then when I started understanding the research, the peer-reviewed study, the science behind it, and then I realized this is safer than the alternative. It's more effective than the alternative. It doesn't mask the symptoms. It supports our body to heal itself. And it's less expensive. I was like, okay, I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, you guys, get empowered. We're so grateful for each of you. Thank you for your time tonight. And God bless.
Bye.
All right. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.